good morning to the Americas, but we are both here in Europe. I am interviewing Ana Marie today, who is from Croatia, and she is a manifestation coach and feminine embodiment mentor. So now I want to hear all about that, and I am sure you do as well. So, Ana Marie, could you start by telling us more about yourself and what it is that you do?
Mm, of course. Thank you for having me. So yeah, I am Ana Marie and I do manifestation coaching and feminine embodiment coaching, and it's so much fun. I love it. It's well, it started in 2018 when I started my business, but it didn't work for me. It was so hard to actually find a way to build my business that was aligned with me completely. And I was investing a lot of my money into learning strategies because I started my business with with the belief of I don't know what I doing because I never had a business before. I didn't learn anything before to how to build a business or anything like that, so I have to hire a coach to help me because I will not succeed. So it was not very healthy mindset when I started. So basically I invested a lot of my money into learning the strategies and learning the systems and the techniques and the steps, how to build a business, how to market, how to sell. And the more I tried, the more I invested, the more deeper I got into this stuckness and not trusting myself, basically. And I just last year, I had to just stop with everything and reflect back and see why is this not working for me. And when I did, I found people who were building the business in more feminine way, and I just completely fell in love. It was so aligned with me, and I wanted to build my business this way. So I changed a lot. I changed my business, I changed the way I do my business, and I really started with diving deep into more energy work, the more manifestation and the feminine embodiment, and following my intuition. And my business transformed completely, and I really wanted to help other women to do the same because it really shifted my life completely. And I was ready to even just close my business and find a job because it was not working for me and I was not happy. I had clients here and there, but I was not happy with my business. There was no passion, there was no motivation. And basically, when I spent all my money, all my savings, I had to stop because I could not invest anymore. And then I found a coach who just was so aligned with me and who helped me to find myself first and to trust myself. That was the biggest lesson that I learned so far, trusting myself and trusting the actions that I'm taking, trusting what I'm doing in my business, because everything is so connected with our beliefs and with our own trust, with our own alignment. Because when we're doing just stuff to, just do stuff, basically in a business, we are just taking steps because we think this is the thing that will make us money. It just does not work. You can try and try, you can do all the things, you can be on all the platforms, and it will not work if it's not aligned with you. So I wanted to really help other women to do the same because I was surrounded with many women who were in basically in the same space that I was. And I came from that space of not like showing them this is what worked for me, but coming from the space of let us find a way that will work for you, being able to trust themselves to build their confidence, their own beliefs in themselves. Because when you build a business and it's just not working, you start to really doubt yourself. You think that you're doing wrong, you're thinking that you are wrong, that you are not enough. You build all these stories about yourself, and you just you're just stuck, you're just lost, basically. And this is what I wanted to help other women to do, to find themselves, to trust themselves, to build their own businesses. But also I just don't work with with women who have businesses. I work with a lot of women, who have jobs and just want to find that passion and that confidence and that trust in themselves.
Okay.
That was
Wow,
all.
that was a good introduction. So if I can comment on a few points that resonated with me, because I'm a business coach as well, and
Yeah.
it sounds like you had a very a bad experience in, spending all your money in coaches that probably wanted to teach you like a standard strategy,
Yeah.
or who wanted to teach you, well, this is working for me, so
Mm,
therefore it must work for everybody,
yeah,
so you need to do
exactly.
the same that I've been doing. And I also don't believe in this kind of
Hmm.
approach. um, I spent also a lot of money on a lot of different coaches as well, and I agree with you that we need to have a more spiritual and feminine approach to business, and to to make sure that whatever our coaches are proposing, that we really, we need to feel into it and we need to be aligned with it. We shouldn't do
Hmm.
something and feel forced to do something just because it works for them. It really
Hmm.
has to resonate with us, and I completely agree with you. So plus we're, women, and we don't want to do the masculine way. Of course we all feminine and masculine and all that kind of stuff, but I
Yeah.
think we want to have a different approach to making business, to doing business, sorry.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, that really resonated with me. So,
Hmm.
and it's good, I mean, you talk from experience. You
Hmm.
had that bad experience which made you realize, well, this is not how I want it, this is not what's working for me, so let's stop doing those things that are not
Hmm.
working, and let's find what works for me.
Yeah.
So then you yourself, you can transfer that to more women, and you can help them find what works for them. Not
Hmm.
that standard approach and
Yeah.
strategy, but help them find what works for them. And
Exactly.
you also mentioned, that the beliefs about yourself, and that's also something I'm busy with, because without the proper mindset,
Hmm.
you simply can't be
Hmm.
successful. So mindset is so fundamental to what we do,
Hmm.
to all what we do, to all we do actually, but especially, in business. We need to build that trust in ourselves that we gonna be able to make the right decisions and do the proper actions, so that it will have a result and have the result that we want.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, completely agree with you there. So okay, so let's go further now. So you said you work with women, not all entrepreneurs, but also women in a job. But so
Yeah.
tell us about your clients. Tell us about those women. So how do they, when they get in touch with you, what's their situation? How do they feel? What do they want to have to reach that they don't have yet? And tell us a bit more about that and how you help them.
Yeah. Sure. Most of them are entrepreneurs actually, and most of them are also, trying a lot in their business, trying to do all the stuff, and they also invested a lot of money. Like they have been in the exact same situation I was. That's why we are attracting each other so much. Yeah. So they're basically really want to make their business work, make those leaves, make something, to find that aligned way to build a business, to make it more easy, more flowy, more like having fun and having that passion and that motivation and being, waking up with that inspiration to just go and do your business and just help other people, because they're basically stuck in that circle of I'm not doing enough, I'm not good enough, and people just don't care about what I have to offer because they're not getting the response they want. And that's why they create all those stories, and we have to drop all those stories first. This is what I do with them to really shift those beliefs and shift that energy they have, because when you are aligned, when yeah, when you are aligned, basically, you have this incredible magnetism around you that just attracts people, your dream clients. And this is what they want to find and have that fun and that passion in their business. And also, not just in business, because it starts with business, it starts with money, but it's like translated in all areas of their lives. It's like creating that relationship with their partners, or attracting other men like they really want to attract a partner, or fixing a relationship they have with their family. Is This is what happened with my last client. She was basically doing a lot of energy work, inner work around money, and her whole relationship with her brother that she has not spoken with in 8 years. He came back to her life, and they connected back. This is what happened. It's incredible what this work does. So watching this, it's just incredible. We focus on one thing, and your whole life actually just shifts and transforms. And it's so beautiful to watch, because everything starts with you, and this is what we focus on. It's not just the business, it's you first. And that's why I love this work. It's because when you are concentrating and focusing on you and shifting yourself, everything else changes.
Yes, I completely agree. We need to start with the inner work because
Exactly.
that's how we're gonna change the outer world. But it
Mm-hmm.
starts within, and so that's
Exactly.
what you do with your clients, right?
Yeah, that's manifestation. It's just trust and confidence in yourself, and focusing on things that work. Because in my business, I was really focusing on things that don't work, that are wrong. And I was just seeing the negative stuff and not really giving the credit to the positive stuff. And when I really started to focus more on the positive and see the things that are working, that are good, that are just beautiful, everything started to change, because I was giving the energy to the good things, that things that are working, and taking away the energy from the bad things. So of course your reality shifts. It's the energy, it's that manifestation work. Your reality starts to change. You start to manifest things that you desire, and that's so beautiful.
Yeah, and it's the gratitude, obviously, as well, to be
Exactly.
grateful for all we have and who we are, and so on.
Oh yes.
So, coming back to your story, so you said you started your business, so which was
Hmm.
probably slightly different from what you're doing now. You started your business and you took a lot of courses and coaches and so on, and
Hmm.
it didn't work out. So, how
Yeah.
did you manage to make that shift from being fed up with what was not working and managing to turn it around and to start focusing on the positive? And what what did how did that happen for you?
Mm. So the first thing when I started, it was I had this huge passion about mindset and manifestation, which is basically what I'm doing now. But then the more I invested, the more I got lost. I got lost in all the stories, in other people telling me what to do. And I started to shift more into business coaching, into how to sell, how to market, those kind of things. And it was you know it was good back then. It was like I felt passion for that. I felt like, oh, this could be it. But I was constantly trying to find myself. I was not completely sure what I want to do. And I was like constantly searching for that thing. I knew there is something there. I knew, but I wanted from other people to tell me what that is, because I did not trust myself. And they were telling me, you do this and you are doing this like this and blah, 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 and all the things. And I got completely lost. And basically, in June or in May last year, I stopped with everything when I finished a program with a coach that was completely out of alignment with me and what I was in such a low space, and I attracted that kind of person in my life. And that coach was not good. She was really toxic, and I really have to say that right now. I don't judge anything. I am really happy that I invested in those type of courses and programs because that got me here, and I learned so much from that. And when I finished that program, I was so lost, I was so low. And I knew, it was in back of my mind, I knew there's something easier, I knew there's something there that I'm not seeing yet. And I was, when you surrender, it happens, you know? When you
Yeah.
just drop everything, it happens. And it was like this whole veil just lifted, and I was able to see the people that I did not see before. And there was one coach who completely changed my life, and she was really the reason um, why I started to really trust myself, because she really coached me on how to trust myself, how to find myself basically, because it's all inside of you, and you just have to find it within and not searching on external, you know, like in your external reality for it in other people. So she basically helped me to find myself. So she was one of the biggest reasons. And having that accountability, having someone who can really help you, is a major thing that you can do in your life. And that I really, really recommend getting a coach, getting a mentor, getting someone who can be there for you, who can help you. So this is how things started to really change for me. And when I basically surrendered, I found that. I found what I was searching for. I found myself. I found what I really want to do in business. It was basically the same thing that I started with, the manifestation. The feminine embodiment came later, because I did not know that when I started. I did not know about that. About masculine and feminine energy. So I learned that in my journey, and it was so transformational, so life changing.
So yeah, you mentioned so you wanted to do mindset manifestation, but because of all those courses and coaches, you didn't trust yourself and you went a different way, more business coaching and so on. And
Yeah,
finally, with the shifting, you're back to what you knew from the start, but had you listened to yourself earlier, right?
exactly.
But I agree with you. You know, at the end of the day, uh, they say, "Oh, you win or you learn," right? So,
Exactly.
so, so for you, it was learning, and
Mm,
this whole experience of a year that didn't go as you wanted it to go is what you're using now for your clients.
mm.
So it's like another training, at the end of the
Exactly.
day.
We learn so much from our failures. They're never failures. They're such amazing lessons. And this is where our wisdom comes from. This is where our power comes from, because it's so easy to be powerful. It's so easy to feel successful when things are working. But when things are not working, this is where the true power lays. This is when you rise and you say, okay, I will still get up and do my business, even no one's listening, no one is commenting, no one is following, but you have to lead first.
Yes,
So when you start doing that, when you don't look back and and you just say to yourself, are they following, are someone listening to me? Oh, okay, I will just stop until they follow. It will never happen. You have to lead first, you have to start first, and then people will come. This is the true power that we have.
yes, fully agree with you. Beautiful. So those clients that work with you, typically, how long do they work with you? How does it work? Is it one-on-one coaching, or do you
Mhm.
also have group option, or how do you
Mhm.
work with them?
Okay, so right now I'm just doing one-on-one, but I'm working on a group program. Basically, I have three programs on one-on-one. One is, manifestation intensive. It's 4 weeks long. It's like really designed to make a person move fast. We come and shift the resistance and get in alignment, and things really start to shift and move. For a person, that's really fast program, fast paced, a month long. And then I have two longer programs. It's one is called Liberation, and that it's all about building that confidence and coming back to yourself and finding that your power within, and just like rising from the ashes basically. And I love that it's all about the beliefs, it's all about the energy, it's all about, manifesting and shifting your reality and transforming. And then I have her, um, unlocking the codes of the goddess, and that is all about the feminine embodiment program. Learning how to surrender, how to connect back with your sensuality, how to connect back with your sexuality, and also translating that into your business if you really want to lead that feminine based business, because we're so stuck in the masculine, we have no idea how much. So it's all about that, and I love it's all one-on-ones right now. I really love that connection on one. We can go so deep with a
Yes,
client. And
completely.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Great. So the longer program, there would be something like 3 months,
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah,
Okay,
they are
so
like
one or
eight
two.
weeks yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, and if I can go back a bit to your story,
Hmm.
you're in your 20s, so you're still very young. So, have you like always known that you wanted to be an entrepreneur, or have you worked in a like regular job before, or how
Oh,
did it all
that's so.
start in entrepreneurship for you?
Oh, it was so. When I was, just a kid, basically, like a teenager, I always thought that I was, that I will be a dancer or something like that. But I always wanted to be independent. I always knew that I have to be my own boss, because I just could not work in a job where I have a boss, when someone is bossing me around, and I am really stubborn. And I really knew that I have to do something, that I will be independent. And yeah, so I knew that I have to do something. I did not know what that will be. I was, finishing my master's in physical therapy. This is what my parents wanted me to be, a physical therapist. So I finished my master's, and then I had this year of like internship as a physical therapist. And in that year, I knew that this is something that I just cannot do. So basically, I never had like a job. With I was just like 25 when I started my business. So it's basically going from college to starting my business. I knew what I have to do, and I really did it. I just started with any knowledge about building a business, with anything. I really invested in NLP, got my certification there, got my certification in masters as NLP practitioner, and some other certifications that I really wanted, that really helped me. And yeah, so basically that's it.
Yeah, okay, okay, beautiful. I think, you mentioned being stubborn and wanting to be independent. And I mean, I would say we all have those same characteristics. And I mean, for me, I worked about 20 years or a bit less than 20 years in corporate, or at least,
Mm.
for a boss in a
Hmm.
company. But now, after a few years as an entrepreneur, I definitely would not be able to go back to that. I
Definitely.
value my freedom too
Mm.
much to cut it and to go back. It just doesn't feel possible for me. So I can imagine for
Exactly.
you, you've
Hmm.
never had, but it already feels very. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
you're like a bold entrepreneur. You always wanted to be your own boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My biggest value is freedom. And I just have to, we all have our, values. And
yeah,
when people have their biggest values as security, they really want something safe. They want to have a paycheck, they want to have a job, and this feels really good for them. And that's amazing. But mine is freedom, and I just have to be free. I can go on a vacation when I want to go, and, I can grow in business. There's no limit how much
yeah.
we can grow. And that's so inspiring, so beautiful.
Yes, I agree. That's why we do it. Okay. um, so, thinking about our audience and and your clients, and what are some tips that you could give our audience, when they maybe feel stuck and things are not working the way they want
Mm,
yet, like how you were a year ago. So what could you advise those women? How do we reach that
mm,
alignment, or that place where we can manifest what we want?
mm. So everything is basically already there in you, within you. All the answers are there. So even when with hiring people, other people, they're helping you, they're guiding you to find that within yourself. So basically trusting yourself. And sometimes that has to be in a way that I have to just drop everything and just focus on myself, and that's okay. So stopping a little bit and just reflecting back and on what you want, and how do you want to get there? Are you doing that? What are you doing right now? What has to change? Just stopping there and trusting yourself, trusting that you're doing the right actions, that you are good enough, basically, that people want your stuff, because there's always someone out there who wants your stuff, who wants to learn from you, who wants to be guided by you. There's always someone there. And even if people are not watching, you just think that they're not watching. They're watching, they're following, they want to listen to you. So having that trust and focusing more on the positive things, focusing on more what works, and being really grateful for that, and then things will start to shift. But you have to lead first, you have to trust yourself first. And this is when things are not working, really find a person who can help you to find that trust back, find that confidence and that belief in yourself, because that's the key. But having your belief, more and more successful people, the more success they have, the more confident they are. And it's like this closed loop. The more confidence you have in yourself and the belief in yourself, the more successful you are. So it's so connected with each other.
Yes, it is. And
And
the difficulty is the beginning, because the
mm,
more you trust, the more, the more you are self-confident, and the more you're going to be successful. But it's that beginning. How do you get
mm,
to trusting yourself? That's the most difficult,
oh,
right?
that's like the ultimate question. How do you begin to trust yourself? uh Sometimes it starts with a decision. It's
Mm,
like that decision: I will do what it takes. I will This is what I want. This is how I want to achieve it. And not, listening to everybody else,
yeah.
especially when things are not aligned with you. Trusting more in yourself than doing the things that you really want to do and doing them, than trusting other people, telling you what to do. This is where a lot of trust will come in. um, but doing those steps and trusting yourself that things are working, because you have a desire for a reason. It's not there because
Yes.
it came from anywhere. Basically, you have that desire. You're led to accomplish something, to build something. It's there for a reason. You have to listen to that voice, and that voice comes from within. So you have to come back to yourself. And this
Yes.
is where our trust comes in. And seeing things, shifting our perspective on things, and seeing, okay, this is here for a reason. I have to listen to that. I have to listen to my soul, because it's telling me something.
Yes, you're making a very good point. It's about it's about listening to our desires. If they are
Mm,
there, that means
exactly.
that we are able to realize them, to make them come true. They are not
Exactly.
just planted there. They are there because
Mm-hmm.
we can achieve them. So
Exactly. So
yeah,
true.
beautiful. Well, I think it's already time, and I really enjoyed
Mm,
talking with you today.
me
And
too.
I am sure that whoever is watching this video will enjoy as well. I want to thank you very much for being my guest today, and I will put the links to your profiles on the
Mm-hmm.
comment of the video so that people
Yeah.
can reach out to you after the interview.
Okay,
And
thank you.
again,
Thank you
thank you
for
very much.
having me. It was so much fun. Thank you.
Yes, I love it too. Thank you, and everybody have a very nice day, and I see you soon.
Bye.